Everything's good. Everything's looking good. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK Milwaukee under Commanding General Yohana. Started out of 1 West Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with no Israelite group, period. We are the original, the originator. Them others are duplicators. You know what I'm saying? I'm Officer Kananya. This is the Brotherhood class of Milwaukee. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Got the Feast of Tabernacles tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 16th, I believe. Yeah, it's Wednesday the 16th. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we're going to be speaking about brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of current events. Not only current events that happened in the past, but correlates with what's going on today. Also, we're going to be speaking about a little bit of conspiracy. You know how I like to throw the conspiracy in, but it ain't a conspiracy if it's true, right? Yeah, and we're going to be, digging into some of the scriptures that partakes of what I talk about in this class this evening. You know what I'm saying? It's getting cold out there, Israel. Y'all better start covering up your neck, wearing them jackets, hoodies. It's hoodie weather now. I'm saying this is how I get a lot of people sick going into the new season, which is fall. Fall is such a short season because it's cold. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of getting cold. You know what I'm saying? Then right after that, you got winter. Shalom, sis. Azam in the building. Shalom, Yahbashim. Yahweh Shamar Alatah Bashim Yahshaslaki. Yeah, fall is such a short season, but I love the fall because, you know, it's hoodie weather. You know what I'm saying? The leaves, it looks better outside. Like the leaves change colors. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an overall time for, like, you can bring, like, I don't know how many of y'all out there, when y'all can walk on like a park path, bring some hot cocoa or like some cup noodles, you know, warm you up as you take the little walk journey. It's like, you know how the summer be rowdy and then the fall like calms it down because, you know, less people want to be cold, of course. People don't want to be that. People that don't like the cold, they inside for the next how many 6 months because, you know, the coldness gonna get on their bones. But me personally, I love the fall. You know what I'm saying? Especially being prepared. Like I said, having your hot cocoa. You might start bringing out the hats. You know what I'm saying? The ear muffs. It's like a warning that winter is coming because now in these next 2 months, which is the next 3 months, I say September. Well, September is the end of summer, then October is the beginning of fall, then November is fall still, then December, you know, fall is the warning that winter is coming. So, you know, you have to put up all your summer clothes, your shorts. It's starting to be cold in the morning, you know what I mean? It used to warm back up, but, you know, now it's cold throughout the whole day. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? It's the warning of winter. You feel me? That's just a habit of mine saying, you feel me, Slocky. Well, it definitely is a warning that winter is coming. You know, you still got the you still see that the world is in turmoil. It's a new video out today. Well, I just seen it today. I have to be saving these videos because it's a new video out today where a police officer he guns down a woman that's in her doorway. I guess he arrived to her house on some type of wellness check for her. You know, when it shouldn't go that far, all you have to do is see the person and are you okay? Woo, 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 do. And then on about your way. You don't need you have no other business here. But obviously the police these days, they the ones who escalate the altercations between public servants and civilians. You know what I'm saying? Which is uh, which is totally bizarre because these people, police, are supposed to protect you, but nowadays it must not be no crime out there. The crime must be going down or something, or the levels of crime must be going down because they escalating simple altercations as simple as a wellness check on a woman. They escalated to firing off on her and ultimately taking her life, which is totally outrageous. These people ain't. What kind of training do these people got? Because if you that fearful of your life from a woman who doesn't even have no type of weapon, no guns, no nothing, and even if she did have like a knife or something, you have that distance training where you take your distance and you you can use a taser, anything, pepper spray. I've never heard of pepper spray not working on somebody who's trying to advance towards you with a knife or with some kind of other weapon. It seemed like they skipped the taser. I mean, they skipped the pepper spray. They skip the taser and go right to the gun to ultimately taking people's lives when these people are supposed to protect and serve the people. They tyrants over the people. This is why America and other places, this ain't just America, other places other than America. Shalom, Rep. I see you came in the class today and all that, but it's like it. Dang, see, you can't be doing that and throwing me off stuff. But what was I getting at? Yeah, these people are supposed to be protecting and serving the public. You know what I'm saying? These people are supposed to protect the public and also have that training to, disarm a person or read the situation. You don't go for your highest form of protection like a gun if a person is not an immediate threat to your life. If it's say for me, this for me in this camera. I don't need a gun to protect myself from the person as far as this camera to me. See, that's about 3 or 4 feet for me. That's where the taser come in at. Boom, shoot the taser. That's where the pepper spray come in at. Boom. They blinded. Now you got a better chance of disarming that person and putting them in the handcuffs. Nowadays, the police, they want to take your life. Then give us the runaround in the news. Oh, he's been sent home on paid leave or something like that. They don't never go to jail. Well, some of them go to jail. And I do this go to jail because we don't really know. It's like it. Hold on one second. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know. They ultimately, they got cousins and their fathers and uncles are in high places. So we don't really know if these people go to jail ultimately. But what we do know is, the internet is big. I mean, Slakia, pause if necessary. The internet is like, you can't go nowhere without somebody noticing you. As if your face is in the news, and you just committed a crime as a police officer and you try to move to some other state and get a job as a police officer there, the internet is going to find out. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But that's ultimately what they do. They unalive somebody unjustly, like the woman was in her doorway. They ain't even a wellness check. They don't give you the right to barge in nobody's house. I didn't see the whole video because I was in a rush. Next time I have videos on deck for y'all, just so I can show y'all, you know what I'm saying, what I be talking about. Because a lot of people need to see these things, need to see that even in your own personal neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? When the last time have you personally called the police? And if you did, how long has it took them to show up? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you would be dead by then. You would be gutted out. You've been shot. You know what I'm saying? Which is ridiculous, man. These people not here to protect and serve you. As you know, back in the day, the 40s, 50s, and 60s, The police used to pull, I was going to say pull dogs. Used to sick the dogs on you for walking down the street. Used to turn water hose on the fire department, turning water hose on you. You think that spirit in the police force or academy or whatever they call themselves, the police, the gang of police, you think that spirit has died down? Even driving, it's illegal to run your just to run your plates. If they driving behind you and they running your plates, it's illegal. They have to have a cause to run your plate. Maybe you got a broken tail light, or maybe you were swerving. But if you're driving perfectly perfect, and it's no way it's no reason for them to run your plates. That's illegal. So if y'all, get up on y'all legal statuses, and get up on y'all laws and things of that nature when it comes to the police, because the police are devious and they filled with devils. Some of our people in there, but they've been brainwashed to join these. It started out as slave patrol. When I was doing my history class, we did the whole research on the slave patrol and how the police academy started, where the police actually started as slave patrol. That spirit never died. I don't want to say I'm 100% sure or positive, or I don't want to say I'm 100% sure, but let's say I'm 50% sure, I'm 60% sure, 70% sure that when these police go in for in any job, you have like a morning meeting, or you briefed on what to do. When they go in, they be like, hey man, target the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. These people are they demonize us to them so they can take us down more, or so they can pull us over more, or unalive us more, make us seem suspicious and demonize us when we just regular people, man. We just trying to make a living, trying to get up out this hellhole called America, because it is a hellhole. You working 80, 40 hours, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, plus to pay bills and have a little bit of money saved over for you to do something with your family or whatever. Next thing you know, the rent comes up again. Next thing you know, the car note comes up again. Next thing you know, things like that, man. That's why America is not a place for us to thrive. We can, they may make certain people famous, make certain people have money just to shine and convince you that this is the way to go, just so you can either ruin your life, be a whore, be with the LGBT. The devil got many ways of turning the Lord's people against the Lord, and then many of us fall for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of the tools. But the physical aspect of being in Babylon has a lot to do with police and how they treat us and continue to treat us. You know what I'm saying? If it's some good police out there, then why ain't they taking down the bad police? That's because it's a covenant between all police. Even if the officer is doing something bad, the good police can't say nothing. They got to sit there and bag them up, or that'll be your bags because you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I was just watching. Wait, let me read these comments. Okay, Nazam said, "Khan out of one concert. Any animal in its natural state do what they do. Esau is a beast of the earth. Facts. He just seems to hunt us. That's why we shouldn't join them." Exactly. And every time we have tried to peacefully coexist with these people, we always get the short end of the stick. We the ones getting shot down in the streets. We the ones getting criminalized and demonized, when these motherfuckers are doing the same thing we doing, or even worse. You know what I'm saying? That's why that saying is very true. It ain't what you know, it's who you know. Because these people know people. They got family in the courtroom. They got family in the judge. The judge is their grandpa, something like that. That's why another one of their sayings is, do you know who my father is? You know what I'm saying? That's real. It might seem like a joke in movies and things of that nature, but that's real. When one of them Esau say, do you know who my father is? I'll have your badge for this. That'll get the police heartbeat. Like, oh my Lord, who is this dude that I'm, that's what makes them treat the so-called white man. When they come in contact with them, they treat them with respect and whatever. Because the white man can cuss them out. Slocky, hold on, let me turn this thing off. I don't know if that's gonna do interference, but that's why when the white people get pulled over, they have so much courage and so much lip towards the officer. I can't believe why you pulled me over. It's a compilation on YouTube where I think it's, what is it? I think it might be called white people getting pulled over versus black people or something, but I don't know. I don't know. I have to look it up again. But when they get pulled over, oh, why have you pulled me over? Sometimes they get out the car before the police. Hey, man, why you pulled me over? That's because the police officer is afraid that this might be a lawyer's son or a judge's son, a nephew. An uncle might be in, the law, the whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But us people, the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't have cousins and uncles and aunties and district attorneys, and you know what I'm saying? We don't know these type of people. We don't got judges in our, in our families and things of that nature. So they're gonna continue, and they still have that spirit of the slave patrol. So we still slaves to them, and even in Salakia. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Christ, Salakia, I'm in teaching class. Lock. Be getting distracted. Hey, where was I at? Yeah, ultimately, yeah, that's where the police started from, with the slave patrol. Before slave patrol, before they was able to make money from catching us like that, from the so-called runaways and things of that nature. Before that, they were just catching us, hanging us, and doing all kind of things to us. It was called the Klan. It was called the Klan, and it's an evolution to the Klan. Dang, I wish I was doing history still for one day. It's an evolution to the Klan. First, it was the Klan white sheets, burning crosses. They'd come in your house, take your son, take your pops, hang them right in front of the yard, and a woman couldn't do nothing about it. Nobody couldn't do nothing about it. No police no police can stop this, because they the Klan too, right? That's the evolution of the Klan. They went from that to just being white power, right, to graduating into being a slave patrolman, to graduating to being police, and like I said, district attorneys, judges, you name it. If they can put you away, that's what they is. Guards for the jail. What else? Wardens. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, right? Graduated. And maybe I jumped ahead, but not only that, before that, they been CEOs of these companies that you work for, owners of these companies that you work for, paying they people high amounts and paying you to lowballing you, because at the end of the day, they look at you as a slave. That's why whenever you fill out a job application for any type of slavery, they still ask you to this day, are you Black, Hispanic? Are you Latino? Do you have Indian descent? All of this, because they got to know how they can either pay you or treat you based upon that, whatever you check on there. At one point in time, before I joined the truth, I was just like right before I was unlocking the truth, in my mind and, you know what I'm saying, changing my ways, I used to put other, right? Because, you know, that whole thing, I'm not black as a color and all this, and I'm not African. They didn't have Israelite on there, so I used to put other, right? I only got, I mean, I probably got one slave off putting other. I think that was with the had to be with the Bob's Furniture thing. Moving furniture. They don't care what race you is moving furniture. As long as you can pick up that, you know what I'm saying? As long as you can pick up that love seat and take it up a flight of stairs, they don't care about what race you are doing that type of thing. But as far as like a warehousing, a forklifting, even in hospitals, like why are you asking me what race I am for a hospital job? Long as I could save this person's life or put the needle in the right vein to draw blood from them, or to, as long as I could do that right, it shouldn't matter what race I am, right? But they still ask you that because it stems from slave patrol. It stems from slavery. They always say racism is not a factor, or you still worried about racism. No, you still worried about racism. You got it on your applications. I'm talking about for any slavery nowadays. You can go to shovel shit, Slocky. You can go sign up for picking up horse manure if I could. They gonna ask you what race you are. Clean up trash, custodial work. What's your race? Because they gotta know how, what they can do and what they can do. See, they gonna lowball us, right? But right, Salakia, they do say color don't matter, but it definitely matters in everything. It's especially in the Bible, especially. Now, when it comes to the Lord hating Esau, that's it. Don't matter about the color about that, because he don't hate Esau because of the pigmentation of his skin. He hate Esau because of the crimes that he committed against his brother Jacob when they were brothers, because they were separated. You know what I'm saying? The crimes he committed and the mercy that he didn't show. And how long I've been going without pulling? Yeah, let me go ahead and get into the scripture, man. I'm gonna get into if any man have an ear, because that's what this class called, man. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Meaning, if you somewhere, right, and I don't know if I recommend this at your slavery, because people do get mad about facts of the Bible, right? But if you anywhere and you got anybody's class playing in any city that you in, and somebody say, well, let me hear more of that, don't turn them away, because it caught their ear, right? So you got to let them hear these things, you know what I'm saying? And share it with your friends that's outside of the ISUPK, who think they spiritual and they got all kind of, they burning sage and got crystals and shit like that. So like, that's funny to me. You burning sage, but then you gonna go smoke some weed somewhere. That's funny, bro. Y'all crazy out there, man. Join. Hold on. Okay, so it's gonna be Revelation 13 and 9. But it's just funny because when you get the most of the time the people, Salaki, hold on one second. Most of the time the people who say, oh, well, I don't believe in the Bible, or the people who say, well, you know how many versions of the Bible there is? let me just say these a little bit. I mean, say a lot of sayings that the people who don't want to obey, who don't want to have rules upon them, who most likely wanted to go back to Egypt. Remember when we left Egypt, some of the people wanted to go back, because when you go back to Babylon, you can do whatever in Babylon, but when you want to live righteous, there's certain things you can and can't do. They didn't want that. They said, oh man, it's better in Babylon, man. They got food for me. I don't have to listen to nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can get a tattoo if I want. I can celebrate these birthdays. I can, man, and it's living good. No, you're not living good. You're not living good. But we go into the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and 9. People think sinning is living good or whatever, because they don't have to listen to nothing. They don't want the rules. When everything and anywhere we go, there's rules. Even walking outside your door is rules immediately, especially if you in a gang, especially if you out a gang, and in a city where the gangs is, prominent or dominant. Not only that, just walking out the street, crossing the street, you get caught cutting. That's jaywalking. That's a rule. You're driving. You need the driver's license. That's a rule. You want to sell some, you need permits and 501c3s. That's a rule. What building are you leaving and going into? They have rules. They just don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments because it conflicts with the demon that they have. Down to the simplest thing. The simplest thing, love thy brother. I tried, so like, let me get a little side story in before I read this Revelations 13 and 9. Hold on, that's not the only one though. But yeah, let me get a little side story on this. What I was about to say. I was into it with one of my partners in the world, right? I mean, it was over some pettiness, but being niggas, we so stubborn and we so, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing unless he do something, or I ain't gonna try to make amends unless he make amends, right? It took me to get in this truth. It took me to get in this Bible to realize, man, well, or it could, not only this, it could have took me getting older too. Because when you get older, you get wiser, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, well, I said to my other homies through the grapevine to try to get a message to him because he wasn't answering my calls and stuff like that, right? I'm like, man, what we was into it for is petty, man. The most pettiest thing you can be into it for, right? I got in this Bible, forgive 7 times 7. I had to read that verse and understand that verse because what we was into it for, it didn't threaten my well-being, or it didn't threaten it. Well, what we was into it for, it didn't it wasn't righteous at all. It was just ultimately some petty stuff that we should be able to get over. We was homies for over 10 years, right? 10-year friendship out the door because of some pettiness. I had to think about that. I had to grow up. Like, man, it's crazy. So I tried reaching out to him since I say January this year. It took me that long, and it's been 2 years going. Matter of fact, about 3.5 years. 3.5 years, I ain't been talking to my homie because of some pettiness, right? But I had to realize, man, it's a lot out here in this world that's way worse than me being into it with you over nothing, basically. I try to make amends. You know what I'm saying, man? Have them call me, man. I try calling me and call me. Have them call me. Talk to his sisters, man. Have them call me. Have them call me, man. We can squash it, bro. I don't want to see this friendship, this 10-year friendship, go out the door over some pettiness, right? Have him call me. He didn't call me. I mean, it's all good on this end because I'm not in that same place where I once was as as a naive person, as a person who, stands on business, shall I say, and stands on my word. I don't want to say it, man. You woo woo, don't do this and don't do that until we throw hands or whatever the case. And he didn't do this and do that and we still haven't talked to this day. But I had to get in his Bible, man. Forgive 7 times 7. Forgive. What was the fight over? What was the pettiness over? Some stuff that ain't gonna bring us together. Some stuff that ain't gonna bring people in here. Some stuff that ain't gonna save my people. It's just a minor thing that we can look back on and laugh at. Like, man, we was into it over that, and we both older now. So it's like, right? It took me to get in the ISUPK to realize that. Because if I didn't never got in the ISUPK, I probably would have went to go look for this man. Probably seen him somewhere and got it cracking. You know what I'm saying? And this my friend. Right? It's like you. I just wanted to share that because joining the ISUPK, not only joining the ISUPK, getting into the Bible, it's like takes for you to put your big boy and big girl pants on, man. Is rules in there. Just like anything you join. Your slave is rules in there. Driving is rules in there. Being around family is rules. It's certain stuff you can say, certain stuff you can't say. That's the rule. If y'all can be in a gang and follow the gang's rules, why you can't get in the Bible and follow the Lord's rules, laws, statutes, and commandments? It's simple. That's something that you got to think of. If you in a gang and you can follow the gang's rules, why you can't get in the Bible and follow the Lord's rules? You wearing certain colors. You in the gang. These your ops. These not your ops. You following gang rules. So why can't you put all of that down and follow the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments as a non-gang member? Because ultimately, the gang ain't gonna save you. The law, statutes, and commandments will save you. But that's the thing of my people too. We the most stubborn. Like the Bible say, the Lord said He stretches hands all day to a rebellious people. Like, why? Why can't you just, you know what I'm saying? And then the warnings come. The warnings. This stuff happened, all of a sudden why is this happening to me? Man, I done told you several times, right? Okay. So like here we got Kwamada from Chicago. How smart all thought about Shim Yao Shah says what's going on, right? That's ultimately the question that you're gonna have to ask yourself. I'm in the gang. Vice Lord, GD, Blood, Crip, Black Disciples, MS-13s. I haven't heard of them in a while, but MS-13, Latin Kings, right? You follow the gang rules to a T. You wear the same. You wear the red. You wear the blue. You wear the black. You wear the yellow, the gold. What else? I'm talking about following the gang rules to a T. So why can't you follow the Lord's rules to a T? Put your life at stake for the Lord. That's better than being in the gang. That's way better than being in the. Like I said, the gang ain't gonna save you from the Lord's wrath. You can save you from the Lord's wrath by following these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Get in this Bible, man. Get in a school. We have schools all across America. Isn't it? The only thing, it's a mind thing. You don't want to be seen like you a punk for disowning the gang or from getting out the gang life. Ultimately, if you look at any gang member, any smart gang member who've gotten older and had a family, and they get out the gang life, man. I'm done. I done had a family. I don't want them to be targets. You know what I'm saying? They get out the gang and start living that family life. Why not do that before you have a family? So you won't be looking over your shoulder. So you won't be cautious in certain neighborhoods. Oh, I got on this color, or oh, I'm in the gang, so the ops over here. And all you got to do is join the law, statutes, and commandments, or join the ISUPK. And guess what? Once you join the ISUPK, once you start following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord's enemies, your enemies are the Lord's enemies. Now you got the Lord on your side. And ain't nobody prospering against the Lord. And that's heavy. That's something that, and like I said, that's something that the stubbornness, you have to, that's being stubborn is a demon. If you stubborn against somebody that's trying to tell you the truth, and I know that I ain't even gonna say that, because in here we got young men 15, 16, 17, 14 that want to live for something righteous, man. If a young man 14, 15, 16 can see that, man, ain't nothing out here in America for us. It's all a hoax in a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a hoax, and it's a dang, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. A sham. You know why? Because even if you become a famous singer, rapper, basketball player, football player, it's something in that contract that don't let you go help the hood, that don't let you go fix up your neighborhood, make the neighborhood look better. Either that, or these people that are famous and have a lot of money, they're extremely selfish. Simple as that. And you could tell the Christian church is selfish, because who you got? Reverend Al Sharpton. What is he doing for any hood that he's ever been in? Where is he actually from? Not only that, Jesse Jackson. These people who so-called marched with Martin Luther King, what hood and what things are they doing? I didn't want to say TD Jakes, no Diddy. What are they doing though? They're not here to help you. They're here to make you docile and make you follow follow American rules and vote. And what month is it? October? Well, Halloween. You see all these Halloween decorations, right? Over all the houses. I did DoorDash a couple times the other day, right? You wouldn't believe the amount of decorations I've seen on people's houses. I'm talking about Esau. They go all out for these so-called holidays. I'm talking about they decorate their house. They got bowls of candy. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, I don't even want to get into it. But they go all out for these holidays, man. That's why you got to pull yourself away from. You can't join these people, man. They following holidays and not high holy days. Pull yourself out of that, man. I know it's tough because you've been brought up on that. You've been doing this your whole life, not realizing that this is the wrong way. This is the wrong thing to do. You've been celebrating this year after year, same thing, spending the same amount of money. No, maybe next year I'm gonna go bigger, spend more money. No, next year I'm gonna get this, spend more money. Not even coming together with your people, which is what the high holy days are for. We just got through with the Day of Atonement, which was what day was that? the 11th of October, right? And you know, me and my rib been in here. I think this is our third year. Yeah, this is our third year in here, and I hear the same thing every year. I'm thirsty, right? So like, yeah. Shout out to the ISUPK, man, for standing strong in that fast, man. It's only one day, like, but then that last hour or two or the last 3 hours, you start watching that clock, right? That's what I think. That might be my. I ain't gonna say my. It might be my third favorite high holy day, the Day of Atonement, because it's a challenge, right? And it's a reflection. Man, you can't go so many hours without eating. You can't go 24 hours without eating. Look at you. You just you know what I'm saying? It's a reflection. It shows you, man, you can't go 24 hours without complaining. Man, you know what this is. You know what I'm saying? It's fun, low key. Sometimes it catch me off guard. I'll be right at so we started from 7 to 7 this year. It'd be right at like 7:55. I'd be like, man, I gotta eat this. I gotta drink this whole thing of water real quick. It's 7 o'clock now. Everything's done, right? It'd be a challenge, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing that, you know, Israel needs to be challenged in those type of ways. Like I mentioned earlier, when we left Egypt, across that sea, when the Lord parted that sea for Moses, and we got across there, people was complaining like a mom. Man, my birthday today. I should celebrate it. Moses look at him. You want to go back? Right? They said Harriet Tubman unalived so many people just for exactly Kwamada. Discipline. Discipline is what it is, right? It's what it is. Everybody needs discipline. You know, it shows that restraint, and it shows growth. Because it's like I said, it's only 24 hours, man. I mean, you can be okay. So if it's 7 to 7, you can be in your kitchen at 6:30 cooking something up. And it ain't gonna be done to 7. Like, what end up happening 9 times out of 10 is you cook or you make the food, then you eat. You don't even be wanting the whole plate sometimes. It's just discipline, right? And it's for the people, man, for the ancestors, man. We have to show love to the people who actually followed the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Tomorrow is another feast, the Feast of Tabernacles. You know, I ain't gonna say nothing about the feast because I'm trying to lose a little pounds off me, but y'all know about them feasts in the ISUPK, man. Them sisters and some brothers be whipping. When it's a feast, we feast. Like that one hot wing show. Now we feast, or the hot wings joint. Now we feast, right? It be a feast. So, anyways, I just got all the way off topic. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring out, and it's okay to do that sometimes, right? I wanted to bring out the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. Because like I said earlier, you might be, you know, either on the bus or at your slavery or just around some family who ain't even in the ISUPK or don't even follow the Bible. You know what I'm saying? When we bring some important scripture out, this is one prominent scripture that we definitely want the people to hear, right? And I'm a you know, explain it right after, right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Meaning, you got certain people who are human distractions, right? They human distractions. You could be focusing over here on somebody comes, you trying to focus, they right over here. Man, let them focus, man. If somebody hear these scriptures, it's just like at camp when we speaking at camp and somebody standing in front listening. Then you got that one person that come trying to get their mind off of what they listening to. Man, let that man hear these scriptures, man. Let that man think about the decisions that he's going to make in the near future. That's what get them to come to that table and get the flyer. That's what get them to read. Men as men, I don't know how women do it, but as men, our epiphany be real quick. It'd be real quick, right? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but our epiphany be real quick. We sit there, it'd be about 10 minutes. We'd be thinking, hey man, what can I, I'm not satisfied about what's going on in my life right now. I have been living foul. What they saying is is cutting me deep because they right on point of how I'm living, right? Boom. Once we're done thinking, we make that decision right there to either better our life or make our life, worse. We make that it's a decision that we make in about 10 minutes. We get in deep thought. But like I said, if a man have an ear, let him hear. Sometimes we get that distraction from our thinking, that blah, 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 and then we just turn and get to listening to them right out our thought. So if any man have an ear, let him hear. And that's not the only way. If, like I said, if you listening to this out loud, or if you not only me, what I'm saying, different schools, listening to it out loud, there's somebody leaning over. Like I said, you could be on a bus somewhere at your slave, what I'm saying, at your home, or visiting family members who ain't into the Bible like that, or they say they into the Bible, or they probably not in the Bible. They lean over and say, man, what you listening to? Okay, what they saying is, okay. So once they start hearing, it's not, you don't distract them. Because we is that voice that might get in a mind. Man, what the brother was bringing out was heavy, or what the brother was bringing out is worth a thought. It's 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Make that decision to go up to that table, get that information. We make that decision to put them drugs down, man. Make that decision to get out the game. Big decisions for it only take about 10, 15 minutes for a man, especially if they coming up to a camp or listening to class. Man, that brother is totally correct, man. I've been living foul, or maybe not even living foul. You just out here as a drifter. They got drifters who just be out here just existing with no purpose, and they just out here trying to find themselves. Well, over here, you will find yourself for sure, right? Let me finish this. Okay, where we at? The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. I'm going to read that again, and I'm going to go to 10. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Man, let that man hear and change his life, man. And not only that, change your life. If he a man and you his woman, man, change with him. It's only for the better. Especially if y'all out there on drugs together. Especially if y'all out there eating pork together. Especially if y'all out there committing crimes together. Crime only gonna separate y'all. Well, it depends on what crime, but for a lot of time, right? Right? You have to think about these things. And especially if y'all got kids together, or, if he coming into your life and you got kids, or you coming into his life and he got kids, change for the kids. The kids supposed to be better than we was. The kids supposed to have less trauma than we was, more discipline than we had. and they supposed to know. See, these kids in the ISUPK, they got a head start, right? Because when we was coming up, the parents, our grandmother was feeding us pork and shrimp, crab, and lobster, and didn't see nothing wrong with it. But we, as parents, we get into these Bible. We really get into this Bible because how? I mean, why did I say we really get into this Bible? Because our grandmothers and mothers was in church. Like my mama used to take us to church all the time. But she didn't never break down how we can't eat pork. She didn't ever tell us to not eat pork. Right? She didn't ever tell us to don't smoke, don't do drugs, she didn't ever tell us these things. So it's our job to tell our kids this, to tell the people under us this, which can give them a better start than we had, and which is the ultimate goal. We want our kids to be better than us. You know, the Bible says, train up a child in the way that he or she may go, and when he get older, or he or she get older, they will not depart from that. So it's a good thing letting our kids know that, hey man, don't eat this pork. It's bad for you. Don't eat this shrimp. I know you've been eating shrimp, and you know what I'm saying, but it's an abomination unto your body. Once you put this in your body, the sickness starts to grow. And these grandmas be wondering how they got the high cholesterol and how they got the swollen ankles, right? I don't mean to laugh at that, but they be wondering how they get these things, but it's the things that you digest and the things that you put into your body. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said the kids, man, have should have, especially if you in the UPK, especially if you in the UPK and following these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's a good thing right there. They have a better start than you. Okay, let's build on that. What else? What else can I do, son, daughter? Let's start with the son. Son, don't be out here selling drugs. Don't be out here knocking people over the head, robbing them. Don't be turning these girls out into whores. Daughter, don't be becoming a whore. Don't be dressing like a whore, because ultimately the men, of course, you know, I'm gonna say how men think real quick. If you say you not a whore, right? You not the whore, right? But you with 3 or 4 friends and they're whores. We gonna say, look at all them whores right there. You might not be a whore at all, but you dress like a whore. You're with a group of them, and all y'all acting ratchet. We're gonna say, look at them whores right there. Look at them hoes, right? Look how y'all dress. So that's how you gotta talk to your daughter like that. Daughter, don't be showing too much skin out here. You know what I'm saying? Pick one man, because that man is gonna be your husband for the rest of your life. If you go outside of that, then guess what? You've joined the club of whores. That's just something that you have to teach the kids. Teaching sometimes is difficult, but the lesson that they learn is more powerful than any type of difficult thing. Like I said, man, we want the kids to be better than we were. If somebody is, we wasn't raised on the law, statutes, and commandments. We just went to church, got out. Grandma, I don't want to say grandma because my grandma don't smoke weed. Got out, mama, uncle smoking weed right after church. Like, what did we learn today? Right? Why was we just in church that long for? Just to sing, praise, and dance. Nobody learning nothing out the Bible. Sing, praise, dance, and give our money to the preacher. Nobody doing nothing out of the Bible. It's a gay man in the choir right now. Which is man. Which now that I think about it, man, y'all gotta get your people out them churches, man. They don't serve the Lord in there. Them pastors, they just want, it's a feeling that they selling you. They selling you a feeling to feel good. Right after the truth is bitter. Nobody wants nothing that tastes bitter. They want the sweet lies. Lie to me, lie, so I can feel good, right? The lie tastes better than the bitter truth, which is crazy. Shalom, Yabashim Braka. Officer Rapab checking in. Officer Abataw. Wow. What's going on, brother? And it don't make it no better when you know the internet is pushing the lies too. They making it normal for men to be drug dealers, men to be scammers, men to be robbers, men to you know what's in the music today. I'll take your girl, I'll sleep with your girl and give her back. They making it normal for that. That's why it's in the music, so you ain't just listening to no beat. Them lyrics get into your mind subconsciously. That's why, man, I don't know. That's why, man, y'all have to protect. Like I said, I'm gonna say this one time every class. Protect what your kids hear in the radio, man. Just because the beat cold, listen to what these people saying. It gets in your mind subconscious. It gets in their mind subconsciously, and you know, kids are sponges. Next thing you know, you're gonna be looking at your shy son or your shy daughter. They just did not act like this 2 months ago. They acting out and acting wild. And they wasn't exposed to nothing but music. Right? And music and the internet. Oh, that'll do it. That's a deadly combo. Nowadays, the music nowadays, at least back in our day, we had that type of music, but then we had music like the artist music Soul Child. What's his name? I tried to me. What's his name? Anthony Hamilton. We had music that didn't promote these things. Now music on the radio is hideous. You can change it to any radio station. What you gonna hear? I'll tell you what you're gonna hear. Glorilla off top. You're gonna hear Glorilla, Cardi B, Dirty Red, Future, Kendrick Lamar. Not like us. I ain't saying that the music is the Kendrick Lamar music is bad, but you know, I'm just saying the artists you're gonna hear back to back for 10 hours. If you ever listen to the radio station, those 5 you guaranteed to hear. Who else? Drake. And Drake promote girls on girls, girls like girls where I'm from. The lesbian music. You got the men ain't shit music, the lesbian music, the cheat on your man music. You got the women shake ass music. You got the just degrading. Like, what music today is positive that you can just listen to on the radio? Nothing. You turn on any hip hop station, you're gonna hear those 5 artists. Maybe, you know, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion. What else? And the music be so damaging to the relationship. Like, if you ever hear any music, the music is damaging your relationship. Slocking, let me finish this real quick because I've been on this verse and I couldn't finish it for a while because I've been getting sidetracked this and that, right? So, like, hold on. Okay. This is the book of, I'm going to get through this time, y'all. I ain't going to sidetrack it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Let him hear the negativity that's going on, man. And you shouldn't even have to say much on how it's negative. You could just listen. Exactly. They play it all day. It's a hypnotize. You ever see, I keep getting sidetracked, right? But you ever like watch hypnotism or whatever? They dangle something in front of you from left to right, and then they repeat the same thing over and over. You're getting sleepy, you're getting sleepy, you're getting sleepy. That's what's happening in the music thing. They play it all day. You might not even like this artist, but you know the words to their song. You know the words to the weak songs that they promote, because they want the women out. Like I said, they want the women out here half naked, showing everything they got to offer, so nothing is exclusive to their husband. They want the men to sexualize the women, treat them like whores. Say, oh man, I hit your girl, I hit your bitch. I took his girl, right? when people be on a lot, if you ever play, I don't want to say if you ever play, but if you ever seen like Forensic Files or what's that thing that come on, right? It's called Snapped. I haven't seen it in a while, but Snapped, all them things on Snapped be relationship dang, what's the word? Because I can't say that. Be relationship killings. Snapped. Either the man snapped or the woman snapped. Either they was cheating or they wasn't cheating. Either this or that. Like, that's the worst thing you can do, is mess with somebody's wife as a man. You never know how that man gonna react to that, and how that man loves that woman, or you know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you can do. You might as well call it playing. You gambling with your life right there. Right? Simple, man. Back to this, man. What I can finish, if I could, please let me finish. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9, because I gotta connect 9 and 10. I can't just say 9 and don't say 10, right? If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Bam. Let's break that line down. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right? So that goes for the Arabs, the so-called white man, the Africans, the Chinese man. Oh, they don't say much about how the Chinese man had us in slavery, do they? It seemed like the so-called white man came out and said, I'll take all the slavery blame, right? For the African, the Arab, and the Chinese man. That's exactly what it seemed like. The so-called white man said, I'll take all the blame for it, right? But they don't say how the Chinese man had us in slavery, or the Arab, or the African. Like I said, it's exactly what I just said. It seemed like the so-called white man came out and said, I'll take all the blame for the so-called black man being in slavery. And they try to confuse us with these slavery movies, because in these slavery movies, some of them, well, I know the one with Will Smith, he had African accent. That's how they try to confuse you. Man, that so-called white man didn't take no Africans in slavery, man. He took Israelites in slavery. Right? That's how they confuse you, though. In the movies, the slaves be having African accents and all this and that. Bruh. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. The Africans flew over here. They got on a plane. They took a boat. They didn't take no ships. They wasn't in chains, and you know what I'm saying? They didn't. That's not how they got over here. How they got over here? They got over here on a plane or a boat with a green card, citizenship. We were stolen and brought over here for slave men and slave women. We just went to let me finish this before I get it. See how we getting sidetracked a little bit. Slocky. Verse 10 says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Let's break that down. Like I said, man, these officers, and even during slavery times, Salakia, you can hear when the mic cut off now. That's what's up. But even during slavery time, these people was just killing us for no reason, and still doing it to this day. He that killeth with the sword. The sword today is a gun. Killing unarmed Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Bible says he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. You think they're going to get away with that? The only reason it haven't started because we ain't gathered together like Zephaniah 2:1 said. We have to come out of America, stop giving our soul and spirit to America with the voting, with the celebrating these holidays. If we could just stop doing those things, we'll see how America will start to crumble, even in way quicker than it's crumbling now. If we could just, and I don't mean the individual here stop doing, I mean all of us. Like I said in the beginning of the class, when we try to join these people, the so-called white man, the so-called African, when we put up that red, black, and green rep in Africa, it's a spit in the face to our Israelite ancestors, man. They knew that they wasn't African. We should know we not African. We shouldn't be pumping Africa like that. Africa. Like, come on now. Y'all know, do y'all know that Africa was, it's a reason why Africa is called Africa. That's not the original name of it. And it's the reason why America is called America. Despite what the schools tell, the school gonna teach you acceptable history that everybody accepts. What's some of the things that everybody accepts? Columbus discovered America. We African American. They sold Africans, and Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. They ain't gonna teach you the real. Like, we not African, we Israelites. Christopher Columbus did not discover America because people was already here. What else I say? Abraham Lincoln, he had slaves. He actually had the false his teeth was a slave's teeth. You can look that up. What else I say? You can look up Abraham Lincoln's teeth were slave teeth. You know how they got false teeth today, where the old, no, see, I don't want to disrespect, where the elders have false teeth and they take them out and stuff. The Abraham Lincoln had slave teeth, took slave teeth out. Look it up. Do research on that. But they try to make Abraham Lincoln, he ended slavery, and they got movies on Abraham Lincoln being a vampire slayer and all this old stuff. Come on now. Everything I'm saying is 100% researchable. Even on Google. Now I hate the Google stuff, because Google be changing its meanings to fit the modern day society, right? I hate the Google. But even on Google, this stuff is Googleable. Googleable. Slocky. But that's acceptable history. They want to try to put in your head. What else is it? Well, no, let's move on. What else is acceptable history? Jesus Christ was born on the 25th of December. Jesus Christ is white. Which is all lies, by the way. Like the Bible debunks these. This is Google before Google. This is the real Google. Hey, I might need a new Rip, get on it. Need a new Bible, Rip. Let's go. That's what I get. Yes, acceptable history where I was at. Jesus was born on the 25th of December, and everybody believes that, right? The Christians believe it. The pastor in church believe it. If he don't believe it, he's not showing that he don't believe it. If Jesus is white, you can go in any church across whatever city you in and look in the plexiglass or the colored glass that they be having in the windows and see a white Jesus, which is total identity theft, man. Total identity theft. Right? What else they teach? Acceptable history. Well, they start our history as we were slaves. That's acceptable history. They don't got nothing to what we were doing before the slavery thing. They don't teach that. These niggas were slaves, and that's it. That's what they teach. That's acceptable history. But if they actually dig deeper, more deeper research, and put the findings out, they gonna know that we ruled this earth, man. Righteously, though. Only reason we in the position we in is because enough of us broke the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, and the Lord was not having it. The Lord is not having it. This is the punishment. It's just like a father punishing his kids or punishing anybody. The punishment is harsh, man. Because how else are you going to learn this lesson to not do that again? How else are you going to learn this lesson to? Like, we get chance after chance after chance after chance. That's why so many things are so. See, I'm going to read this in Matthew, right? He that have an ear, let him hear. Let me get this real quick in Matthew. That's why it's so many times. Matthew chapter 11, verse 15. Let's go to Matthew chapter 11, verse 15. Matthew chapter 11, verse 15. That's why the Lord, says things so many times back to back in the Bible. These are warnings. You know how you have to say stuff back to back to your kids. All right, go clean the room, and then each time your voice get a little bit more deeper. So like, then the last time you just fed up, the punishment gotta come. Because how many times I told you to do this and you didn't do it? Like, clean the room one time. Clean that room right now 2 times. Didn't I tell you to clean that room? This is the last time I'm going to tell you, and then I'm coming there with the wrath of the Lord, and right? And then when they still don't do it the 3rd time, then, that's when you have to go lay the laws of the belt on their tail, right? or any whatever punishment that you choose, right? Salaki, I was raised getting disciplined by the belt, right? And I recommend it, right? Because I learned not to do that again. When that belt came out, oh man, she's serious. She really don't want me to do that. And then, next thing you know, I'm not doing that again. Or I'm taking that garbage out. Didn't I tell you to take that garbage out? And I tell you to take that garbage out. If you don't take that garbage out, this is the last time. And then now I'm taking the garbage out. She only got sometimes she don't even have to ask me. I'm looking at the garbage, making sure. Because we don't want that pain of that wrath of that belt. We don't want the wrath of me telling you to do something so many times and you just not doing it, right? Well, that's how the Lord feels. The Lord can tell you this back to back to back to back, and you still not doing it. It's kind of disrespectful. If you look at it as a father standpoint, it's kind of disrespectful. Because what I'm saying to you, you just not gonna do it, and I told you to do it. You just gonna look at me and say I ain't doing it, huh? Okay, well, have this slavery. This is gonna go on until you get it right, and it's still going on because we ain't got it right, man. We have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Then maybe you will stop getting your tail whooped by the Lord. It's simple. But then you have to be disciplined. Like the sister from Chicago said, discipline. Be disciplined. Get that stubbornness out. The reason why you don't listen because you haven't been punished for not listening. Well, now you're about to be punished for not listening. Or you have been punished for not listening, but the punishment wasn't harsh enough. You feel like you can go through that again. Right? That's exactly why. Man, what do we? This how my people think, man, that was nothing. The punishment that, man, I could do that again. I could take that punishment again. And then it ended up being harsher than last time. Oh my goodness, why is this happening? Bro, you gonna seriously ask why is this happening? Think why. That's the reason why when we punish our kids, we ask them, you know why you in trouble, right? Or you know why you got to do this, right? And is it no? Or you do know. You just thought that you can face the punishment. You thought you can get through the punishment. You thought the punishment was going to be easy. Oh no, you definitely know, right? That's what the Lord is doing to us, punishing us for things that we should know better than not to do. Wives, obey your husband. Men, stop making women whores. Stop liking whores. Stop selling drugs in the community. Stop being gang members. Stop terrorizing the community. Because a lot of the destruction come from us. Maybe we wasn't raised in that two-parent household that we pushing in the UPK. Make two-parent households be great again, right? Maybe it's that. Maybe the house that you're in is divided. The woman not listening to the man not leading by example. It trickles down, right? It has to. That's how it goes. The man sets the example. The woman follows the example. The kids follow the woman's example. But if you divide it in your household, if the woman thinks this way, I think I can do it by myself. I think I don't have to really listen to my man. I can, that's division. And the man just doing his own thing out there. That's division. If the man ain't looking for the greater good of the family to be safe and to be protected, that's the vision. But like I was saying, I'm gonna get this again, that he that have an ear, let him hear again, in Matthew chapter, what was it? Chapter 11 and verse 15. And it's all a simple fix. It's mostly pride, stubbornness, um, um, communication. Because often, if somebody don't like somebody, or if a man has a problem with this person, or if a woman has a problem with this person, the pride, man. I ain't about to I ain't about to what am I looking for? I ain't about to suck up to this person. I ain't about to be the bigger person. Like, why you just can't be the bigger person? Sometimes it takes you, for you to be that bigger person, to show yourself the growth in yourself. If that make any sense, right? To show yourself growth within yourself, you have to be the bigger person. 9 times out of 10. That's how it is. You want to treat that person how you want to be treated. You want to treat, deal with them how you want them to deal with you. Because if nobody the bigger person, it's just gonna be a big void, a big space in between y'all. And trust me, both of y'all notice the space. It often comes down to communication, man. Communication. That's how it is. But this is the book of Revelation. Salakia. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 15. Again, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. We just read that in Revelation. We can get it in another book if y'all really want it. But that just goes to show. That just goes to show that the reiteration, the patience, the grace that the Lord gives you is just like a parent. I done told you this time and time again, man. And you still not doing it. It's like a slap in the face, damn near. It's like the disrespect. I told you to do this thing right here 3 times, and you still not doing it. Okay, break out the big guns. You breaking out Lucille, the belt on Lucille, right? Breaking out Lucille because this little child didn't just do what I told him to do 3 times in a row, or not in a row. Because you tell them one time, you wait, see what they do. Oh, you still don't know? Tell them another time. The second time be the deeper voice. Man, clean this room, man. Then the third time, bro, I don't want to say bro. Child, you still didn't clean this room, or you still didn't take this garbage out, or you still didn't clean this bathroom up. You still didn't do these dishes. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Don't do nothing else. Don't walk over here. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Clean these dishes, man. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. Then you just gonna be feeling a large belt of Lucille come across your back, or however you want to, discipline your child, of course. And don't be asking me for your phone back, or don't be asking me when this belt come across your back. Why is it doing it? Because I told you 3 times. That's how the Lord is. The Lord tells you a lot of the same things a lot of times within his Bible. It's a warning. And his voice get deeper every time. Sometimes it's in red, sometimes it's somebody else telling you what the Lord said. Man, the Lord said, he that have an ear, let him hear. Now, the Lord saying right now in Matthew chapter 11, verse 15, he that has ears, let him hear, in red letters. And the voice got a little bit deeper that time, right? And I might be going this way and going that way, but it's still the same thing. That's why I said it's a grace period before the punishment comes. Now let's get it in the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 23. The book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 23. Again, in red letters, man. This is like the last straw of the Lord, you know. I mean, I ain't gonna say the last straw, but third time that you've hearing the Lord say the same thing. The book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 23. Y'all write these down, man. You know, it's a reiteration. And after that is why you ain't do it the first time. That's why we suffering the Lord's wrath still to this day. Because we don't listen until something happens. Like, we can just do it the first time, it's out the way. Now we back to doing whatever we was doing before that. Hopefully it was in Commanding General Johannes class or in General Mahaiman's class or in the class of your city. I mean, a school class in your city, a city's, I mean, a school's class in your city. Like I said, yeah, I said it right. But do it the first time, man. You don't have to have, especially like being in a relationship as like a woman listening to your man or something like that. You don't have to have pride towards your man. If you just know that doing what he asks the first time or the second time, it makes you more attractive to that man. It makes you what's the word I'm looking for? I said more attractive. It makes you more valuable. If you just don't listen, that's like one of the number one things that a man looks for in women is the listening part. You have to listen. You want me to what if I didn't listen? What if I didn't listen when you said it's a robber in here? Or what if I didn't listen when you said, man, this man just smacked my butt? Or what if I didn't listen when you said this man tried to grape me, or this man tried to take advantage of me, or another man tried, or my some people in my slavery doing this to me? What if I didn't listen? How would you feel? It's just we both just non-listening around here. How would you feel? It's lock it, man. No, I need some of this. I need some of this. How would you feel, man? How would you take it if, as a mother and kids, right? As a mother and you talking to your kids, if you telling these kids to go get the groceries out the car, or bring put the groceries up in the fridge, and they just didn't listen, they just went on about their day or whatever the case, how would you feel about that? You told the kids to mop this floor today, mop and sweep this floor today. How would you feel? How would you react? Especially tell them a second time and a third time. How would you react? right? So I'm gonna read this again. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 23. Again. Right? Hold on. Okay, see this one I'm gonna read 23 and 24. Because this is the whole point of it. This is the whole point of listening, right? This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 23. Again, if any man have ears to hear, let him hear. That don't mean these two physical things. That means you hear it in your other ears, which is your mind. Your mind is where you want to apply the knowledge, right? You want to bring the knowledge to life. Let them hear it, man, because it could touch a nerve in there where, like I said, men sit back about 10, 15 minutes. We think about the decisions we've made and are making, and then we make a big decision to change our lives and go in a positive direction or a negative direction. About 10, 15 minutes. Okay, this is what I gotta do. I gotta make this decision. Boom, 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 boom. We made the decision, whether it be a bad decision or a good decision, but it don't take that long for men to make up their mind and decision in the direction that they want to go. Some like nowadays, I believe it take a little bit more because the attention span that they taking us back on, like the attention span of men these days is wild. Is wild short, in the words of the New York nigga. It's lucky. But again, I'll read this again and I'm gonna read 24. This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 23. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. Now again, keep getting sidetracked. I don't think it's sidetracked, but again, though, the reiteration, the Lord is telling you once, twice, 3 times. After the 3rd time, something got to happen. Either you listen on the first, this is 3 chances that you're getting, man. 3 different iterations that I read the same thing. These is 3 iterations. That should be like that. You should apply that to your life. Men, women, I don't want to say child, because you better listen to your father and mother. Child. You're a child. Right? But verse 24. And he said unto them, take heed in what you hear. Once you hear it, take heed, man. Listen and do. Don't just listen and do. Right? Take heed. Listen and do, right? Take heed what you hear, what ye hear. With what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you. Meaning, if you listen, like I said, if as a husband, you tell your wife to do something and she listened to that first time, we gonna look at you like, oh my God. Like we just met you. We gonna look at you. Dang, she just did that or not. That's the one. That's the one right there. She just did what? Okay, it makes you more attractive. It makes you more valuable, and all the other good stuff, right? Like if you listen to your man, all that stuff, it makes you more. But if you don't listen to your man, is in his mind, it's like, man, this chick just don't listen, man. She just not listening to nothing I say, man. Like, how can you work with somebody that don't listen? In a slavery, if you at your slave and you just don't listen to your slave, to your boss, to your supervisor at the slave, you're not going to keep that slave for long, right? Let me continue on. It shall be measured to you, meaning you should be increased if you listen, right? And unto you that hear shall more be given. Man, you just listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should get you some flowers today. You just made me happy because you listened to me. Maybe I should, clean this up for you. Maybe I should do something for you. Maybe I should, it puts that type of spirit on a man. And as if his wife listened to him, it puts that type of spirit on him. Maybe I should, make some money and send her on a spa day. Maybe I should, it puts that type of spirit on you. Some, like I said, flowers. Maybe I should cook today. Maybe I should massage your back. Maybe I should. Not only that, not only in that aspect, but if you listen to the Lord, that's how the Lord feels. I don't know how the Lord takes it, but if you listen to the Lord, maybe I should increase his earnings. Maybe I should, make something go in his favor. Maybe he should win a gas card today. Maybe he should win some tickets today. Maybe he should, you know what I'm saying? Something is going to increase once you listen to the Lord. And once, as a woman, you listen to your husband. Just like when the kids do something good do something good. Do something the first time that the mother acts. You want to reward that, right? It trickles down. It trickles down. What did it all come to? What did it all come down to? Listening. You want to listen to the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. We just reiterated 3 of the same verses in different chapters, in different books of the Bible. So what does that tell you? Listen. 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 After the third time you don't listen, something negative gonna happen. Oh, you didn't listen to this, and it was a righteous thing you said. Okay, this gotta happen. Oh, you didn't listen to me, and it was a righteous thing that I told you. Oh, this gotta happen. That's how it is. That's because the Lord loves his people that much to a harsh person, I ain't gonna say a harsh, strict. Yeah, I want to say strict. A strict father, parent gonna beat your back. I don't want to say beat your back, man. That sounds so horrible. A harsh parent gonna get down on you the second time you don't do what they said. Sometimes that's needed because you got some hard-headed kids out here, hard-headed ribs out here, hard-headed men out here. You have to suffer that punishment immediately. Oh, you just think ain't nothing gonna happen, huh? You just think it shouldn't be that bad. That's what you think. Okay. It's worse than that. You think it shouldn't be bad? It's worse than what you think it is. Respectfully, right? Right? It's gonna be worse than what you think it is because you're not listening. And we told you this time and time again. And you look at not listening as a good thing. You know I don't listen. Well, when is you gonna change that? You don't think that should be changed? Oh, I'm working on it. How? How are you working on it? You ain't did a lick of work around here as far as listening. So how are you working on it exactly? You hear crickets. You hear the one thing song, which is crazy, man. At the end of the day, we all have to listen. We all have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. We all have to move out of our comfort zone to learn something new, to do something new, to go into a better direction than we once was, to be good with the Lord. I know you don't want to be on the bad side of the Lord. That's not the place you want to be, especially when it comes to wrath and things that man, it's not the place you want to be. Trust me. So let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. Because I think it goes right with what I'm talking about right now. Book of Psalms. Chapter 111. Wait till y'all get there real quick. How was y'all Day of Atonement out there? Which was what? 3 days ago? 4 days ago. How was y'all Day of Atonement out there? Was it easy? You know? I know a lot of people on Facebook, they was taking pictures of the meal that they was gonna eat right at sundown. That's what's up, man, because we all, suffer together. It's no I want to say it's better to suffer together than to suffer alone. Especially if y'all going through the same thing. Better to suffer together than suffer alone. But if you just a drug addict, if you just outside of the UPK, if you just like a person, who procrastinating on following the truth, you just procrastinating. How long? The Bible says, "How long ye simple ones love simplicity." How long will this go on? You just procrastinating, doing the same thing, smoking weed, eating pork. You just doing the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop it. When is you gonna stop? You told me that 20 times. I'm starting to think you're trying to pacify me and get me to stop asking you, when is you gonna change your life for the better? Right? I'm only trying to. It's just like how the Bible reiterates stuff. It's trying to help me, and that's me trying to help you. Keep asking you. I gotta get on your nerves with that. If you wanted me to stop doing it, then all you gotta do is stop doing it. If you want to be partners and hang around each other. I can't be around no negative person who's smoking weed all day, who drinking and driving all day. It just don't match, man. We going two different paths, and you actually pulling me to the path that you going down, because we supposed to be unequally yoked. I don't supposed to be like this or together with a person who's smoking weed. We going the opposite directions, brother or sister. We is going the opposite direction. Ramadan said her Day of Atonement was peaceful. Okay. Was it easy? Was it did you have a lot did you have trouble with the water or trouble with the eating part? For me, it was trouble with the eating, because like at the I say about at the 4 hours to go mark, I start looking at the clock like, man, I need to eat something, right? That's when I start looking at the clock, man. I gotta eat something. I knew not to go to the gym that day though, because whenever I leave the gym, I'd be super hungry and super dehydrated. So I didn't go to the gym that day. What's going down? But so we in the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10, was water, because hey, drink a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah. Drink a lot of water. It was definitely tough with the water, especially when you like wake up in the morning. Oh man. When you brush your teeth, it was like it's teasing you. It's teasing you with the water when you brush your teeth, right? It definitely was tough with the water though, because throughout the day, not drinking anything. And then, like I said, in the morning, waking up, if you didn't just like I said, when I did it, it was like right coming up on 7 o'clock where I had just stopped eating, because we did 7 to 7. So I had just stopped eating around like 6:45, 6:50. So I tried to get as much water down as I can, you know what I'm saying? So, but when I woke up, I still needed water. Like, it's just that point of waking up. When you wake up, you need some water real quick. You need to drink some water to activate your body, and you know what I'm saying? That's what it really is, right? But we at the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. The reason why I came to this verse, because it's like the reason I came to this verse is because we just went through 3 verses that reiterated the same thing. Slacky said concert, but I was okay because I was asking for a humble spirit and a greater walk in this truth. Okay, then that's what's up. You know, man. I feel you on that note. Yeah. Thing just made me forget what I was saying, but I remember now. Yeah, the reason we came to this verse, the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10, because we just went through the reiteration of 3 times where the Lord was saying, man, if any man have an ear, let him hear, right? Let him hear this truth. Let him hear the do's and don'ts of the Lord, so he can, think of his life. And like I said, in those 10, 15 minutes, that a man think of the good and bad decisions that the good decision that he about to make, the decisions he about to make, whether it be a good one or maybe it be a bad one, it takes about 10, 15 minutes for a man to make that decision. That's why when you see people at the camps, they be standing in the crowd for a little bit. They be shaking their head. Then next thing you know, they get to clapping. Then next thing you know, they looking for threats to keep them away from the camp also, like they already in the spot. Then they end up going to the table, picking up that information. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near the steps on how it works from what I've seen. From when I be on that podium, those are the steps. You see a person in the crowd, they come up, they start looking, and they hear what you're saying, they nod their head. Yeah, that's right. If they with somebody, they start talking to the person. Yeah, they right. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, they start clapping their hands. Yeah, that's right. Then they start looking for threats, and because sometimes we get crazy people out there that try to knock over camp equipment, do all kind of stuff. But next thing you know, that's what they doing, looking for threats. And then ultimately they come to the table, grab the information, take a picture of that QR code. You know what I'm saying? They online with the UPK, and that's how it's supposed to be. We only trying to spread these laws, statutes, and commandments, or the message to our people. We often get veterans or so-called white people come up try to argue with us. Man, this ain't even for you. That shows you how the so-called white man wants to be in tune with everything and anything that any Black, Hispanic, and Native American man got going on. They just come up, try to get some, man, it's not for you. And to show you how the Lord be speaking through us, whenever that happened, whoever the speaker is be like, well, this is only for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They get the so-called white man to start looking at it's weird. Yeah, this ain't for you, bro. Keep it moving. Facts. Like this is an exclusive thing here. This is not all inclusive. Despite what the mainstream media be telling y'all, we have to include everything. And that's why these trophies of participation trophies be looking so weird to me. You don't get no trophy because you participated. What about the person who worked day and night on their craft and skills, who worked for that first place, who got that second, that third? It should be first, second, third. That's the best we can do. First, second, or third. Gold, silver, and bronze. After that, you don't get no trophy. Salakia. You don't get no participation trophy, man. This is an exclusive book. This is not all inclusive. Despite the whitewashing that the so-called white man did to it. The white images of the so-called white images of Jesus Christ being plastered everywhere in all the states across the land, in other continents. Russia know that Jesus is black. Trust me. America don't want Russia putting those images out there. That's why they in war with Russia. Russia about to spill the beans on how Jesus is black, but we know this. That's why they classify us as a hate group. Like, we don't do nothing hateful. We don't storm the Capitol. We don't what else? Even if we having like I don't want to say picnic because that's a racist term. Even if we having a barbecue or something, Esau come, they get a plate. They just can't come in here. Y'all can stay off the outskirts of it, but y'all can't come in here. Y'all's not welcome in here. Y'all can stay off the outskirts. Y'all get a plate. No, we ain't even like that. But y'all can't come in here and enjoy the brotherhood and sisterhood that we got going on because it's exclusive. This is an exclusive thing only for us. And again, that goes to show you how the so-called white man, the so-called and white woman, they try to get in every and anything that we got going on for us. Right? I don't even think they be doing it. They do it subconsciously. They just probably be walking by. Oh, what they got going on over there? Then they hear the white man is the devil. Oh, let me go back up this way. Right? That's how it be, man. But they try to get their way in any and everything we do. Slack. Where was I at? Yeah, the book of Psalms. Dang, man, I'll be getting knocked off track a little bit, but slack it, y'all. The book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. And this what I was saying before I got knocked off track. It just reiterated 3 of the same verses. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Right? So this verse is going to correlate with those 3 of the same verses. Like a parent telling their child, man, don't do that 1 time. Don't do that 2 times. The voice get a little deeper. Man, you do that last, you know what I'm saying? That 3rd time is the final warning. Right? And then after that is consequence time. Right? So I believe this scripture goes right with those. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. When you fear the Lord, man, that's the beginning of your wisdom. When you fear your parents, then you're going to start doing right. When you fear something, then you don't want to see the wrath of it, right? And it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's when you wise up. I don't want to see, man, look, the Lord can do a horrible, I want to say horrible, terrific things, if that makes sense. Terrifically horrible things, if that makes sense. Right? He can destroy you horribly or do something terrifically for you. But either way, it's going to happen. Something's going to happen for you obeying or disobeying him, right? And it says the beginning The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. If you don't want that wrath, man, fear the Lord, man. Start following the law, statutes, and commandments. You don't want that wrath? Fear the Lord. Because the Lord, you never know when the wrath is going to happen to you. You thought you got away with it. You thought it was over with. You thought you finna keep getting away with that. Fear the Lord, man, or that wrath is going to come to you in some kind of way, whether it be medically, physically, mentally, spiritually. Some kind of way it's coming to you, right? I'm going to read that again. The book of Psalms 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. You have a good understanding if you do his commandments. You have a great understanding. You know, you don't want to not listen because you fear the Lord. But if you don't fear the Lord, what you gonna do? You're not gonna listen. Even though the Lord told you 3 times to do something, you still not gonna listen. You don't fear the Lord. Oh yeah, like I said, it's like a sign of disrespect. I'll let you slide 3 times. Now I gotta put some wrath on you in a place where you will never see coming. You can't anticipate the Lord's wrath. It's gonna be when you least expect it, right? But then it says, a good understanding have all they that do his commandments. You do his commandments, you got a good understanding. You know, his praise endureth forever, meaning do these things, man, forever. Until, you know, like I said earlier too in the class, we all just learning these things, whether it be a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But once you learn these things, you have to apply it. Meaning, once you get an understanding, apply it. It only goes up from there. You only have a positive outlook after that. After you do these laws, statutes, and commandments, after you put down the negative things that you were doing in your life, and you turn to the Lord and start doing the righteous thing, it's only uphill from here. You might get a great blessing from the Lord, or I don't know, might get a better understanding or a better peace of mind. Sometimes the struggle with some people is in their mind. And if you just, join the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, maybe the Lord gonna lift that struggle within your mind, or lift that burden off your back. You know what I'm saying? Because the war that we fight now is spiritual. We fighting a spiritual war. That's why the music the way it is. That's why the music is the way it is today. That's why the TV shows are the way that they are today. It's affecting your subconscious. It's not affecting you physically, because eventually what you take in your subconscious is going to come out physically. But it's affecting your mind. Not only that, it affects your kids. Like I always say, it's a trickle-down effect. It trickles down. If it is affecting you like that, best believe it's affecting the kids like that. So the bottom line, man, is fear the Lord, man. It's the beginning of wisdom. You start to wise up. You start to not do things that the Bible says this against that. I'm not going to do that. Or, things of that nature. You start to, that's where the fringes come in at too. You get to looking down and the fringes remind you, man, I'm an Israelite. Man, I can't be doing the same thing that America's promoting. Y'all know what America promotes out there. I don't have to reiterate it. America says certain things okay. Well, America is totally against the Bible, it seems, because everything that the Americas promote, the boss babes, the independent women, the I don't need a man mentality, and the men, the feminine man, the broke wrist behavior. What else? The broke wrist behavior is wild because if you ain't got that broke wrist behavior, you might be undercover. You might be a down low broke wrist guy. Like, it's a bunch of nonsense that America is promoting out here that's totally against the Bible. That's why you have to break out of America. You know, become a whole different person, because that person you once were, you were in America like we all were. We agreed with certain things. We did certain things, but once we get into the law, statutes, and commandments, once we really start getting into this Bible, then we know that we can't do certain things. Oh, we got some. Who was that? I said Iman Shepherd. So this man came in the class and tried to roast, right? He tried to roast, but you can't spell. This man came in the class, he tried to roast, but he can't spell. Salaki. What was I getting at? See, like I said, you might get people like that to distract you from what you were saying, from what you was focusing on, right? But what I was focusing on here is, man, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So once you fear the Lord, then you're gonna start to wise up and start doing things different according to the Bible. That's what the UPK stand on. The Bible. We do everything according to the Bible. We don't differentiate. We don't look at other people and say, oh, they doing that, we might as well. No, we fight on the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord and of this Bible. And with that, man, this is the ISUPK coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no Israelite group, period. This has been ISUPK Milwaukee. I'm Officer Kananya. Salakia, the Feast of Tabernacles is tomorrow, right? Y'all get prepared for that, Going to be feasting, right? This has been ISUPK Milwaukee. I'm Officer Kananya. Shalom, Israel. The water for y'all to tune in. The water for the sis from Chicago to tune in. The water for Nazam always tuning in. The water for Rapa dropping up in here. The water to my rib for coming on in. And even the water to this dude named ODF Hoss. He's a lame, but the water to you for showing up. Your man can't spell. Shalom, Israel. Lame.